All new training. You are absolutely gonna love this. I have revamped all our hormone balance bliss training and consolidated it into 5 days because I asked and you answered that you wanted a 5 day challenge. So I got all that goodness, lusciousness that you guys have been enjoying into a 5 day training starting next Monday, April 11th. And it is better than ever. Thank you guys so much for your feedback on the challenge. We had over 100 participants last time. You guys loved it, and your feedback was invaluable. And I heard you. So I've expanded the training actually to include all the things that you need to do. Hey, Sue. Um, to balance your hormones. I know we had some people last time who lost 5 pounds. We were doing a 14-day challenge. Um, and that was amazing. But I have my entire blueprint for hormone brilliance in this training and some super special bonuses. We're going to have the Q&A also with me. That's an option if you want it. Plus we have the VIP. So not only will the VIPs get an additional hour of training a day, but they will get the option to dialogue with me and ask questions so we can do coaching. And we also have a lot of bonus. Like a lot of you asked about learning how to read your Dutch tests last time. So I created a whole bonus in the bonus VIP section, how to read your Dutch test. So if you're running around like, how do I read my Dutch? We got that. We're going to have something on the GI map, the food sensitivity test, mitochondrial testing. So a whole lot in the bonus section in the VIP. And just my best training ever. We've consolidated into 5 days. So it's five short days, 5 simple steps. And it's a powerful impact. So if you're like, I can't take this one more day, this waking up in the middle of the night. How many of you woke up in the middle of the night last night? Let me see a wave of hands here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are. Anybody wake up last night, or did everybody sleep soundly, or did you sleep all night and wake up and go, what is wrong with me? I'm still tired. I slept all night, right? Like this has to do with your hormones. Or maybe it's let's see, it's 5:17 Eastern where I am. So whatever time it is where you are, and you're like, oh my gosh, is it bedtime yet? Because I want to go to sleep. Is that you? That's your hormones. It's funny because one of the women who was in the challenge last time, she said that she was going to her doctor for all these myriad symptoms she had been having since she had been in her 40s. She couldn't sleep, so she went to the doctor. What happened? First, they told her take Benadryl. Then they told her they gave her Ambien. Then she was having some leakage problems. So they gave her some medication for that. Then her gut was acting up. They gave her medication for that. Then her hair was falling out. Her doctor didn't have an answer for that. So maybe you relate to this because they were just giving her all these symptoms, and it never occurred to her that these were all related, all these symptoms, and that they were related to her hormones. It never occurred to her. And when she said that to me, it was kind of like an aha, because I guess I've been in this world where I've connected the dots for so long. It never occurred to me that you guys maybe aren't connecting the dots, and you think you have a sleep problem, and you think you've got a hair problem, and you think you've got a digestive problem, and you think you've got uh, you know, a psychiatric problem. Like you think you have all these unrelated problems, which is not your fault. That's what we teach you as doctors, because we divide up the body into body parts. And then we tell you, oh no, if you have migraines, you go to the neurologist. And we tell you, oh, if you have a liver problem, you go to the gastroenterologist. So we divide up the body into parts, and then we tell you go to these doctors, and basically they're doing symptom management. So it's no wonder that you don't think these symptoms are related. But what I want you to understand is that they are all related. And some of you might say, oh no, Karen, like, oh no, I've got a diagnosis. I've got a migraine headache diagnosis, which makes it even worse. Or I've got a irritable bowel diagnosis, or I've got a PCOS diagnosis, or I've got you fill in the blank diagnosis. And that makes it worse, because then you really think in a mainstream model like that your needs are going to be met at the hardware store, but you're going to the hardware store for milk and eggs and they don't have it. And you never step back and see the big picture that all of these things are related, right? Those are all symptoms. They're all related, and they all have to do with hormone balance. And so I think that's one of the biggest injustices that we doctors perpetrate on you, not intentionally, but just by our training and by the way we're taught and trained, and the way we then socialize you from when you're little kids to grow up and think about your health. You think system, body part or system, what doctor do I need to go to diagnose me, to give the drug or do the surgery that's going to fix it? And so we women, when we hit 40 and we have this programmed hormonal obsolescence, right? Like our ovaries start going offline and we start having hormonal problems. What do? We think if we realize we're having that problem, then we might go to the gynecologist. But you know what? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to admit to you right now, as a gynecologist, all the health problems I was having, right, from the irritable bowel, the depression, anxiety, hair loss, no sex drive, couldn't sleep, or then slept too much, no energy, obesity, fibromyalgia, all these things, right? The only problem I thought was related to my hormones was my crazy periods. My crazy periods. That's all I thought. I thought my weight was my fault. I had eaten too much and not moved enough. So I blamed myself. Maybe you do too. I thought, oh, I just worked too much, and that's why I'm so tired. It was such a relief to find out that wasn't the case, even though I did work a lot, right? I should be able to work a lot at whatever age I am at, if that's what I want to do, right? Nature should provide me with the energy to do what it is I want to do, and then give me a good night's sleep at night to fuel it back up. That wasn't happening, right? The irritable bowel never occurred to me that had anything to do with my hormones. Depression, anxiety never occurred to me. Never. Maybe it doesn't occur to you, because when she said this to me, I was like, what do you mean? She said, like, I've been going to my doctor with all these symptoms. I didn't think they were related, one, and I didn't think they had anything to do with my hormones. And now you've taught me that they are related. Every single symptom I have in my body is related, and they have to do with my hormones. And that was just like cold water in my face, because I was like, wow. So that's one thing that I'm really going to spell out for you in this challenge, is to help you understand, no matter what your symptoms are, what your diagnoses are, what medications you are on. Hormone balance. We women are foundationally different from men, and the foundation of our health is our hormones. So if you don't get the foundation right, what happens in your house? If they build a crummy foundation that's all crooked, and like the door jambs are a little off, and the carpenter's cutting the wood and mismeasures, it's a couple centimeters off, no problem, right? And maybe they don't level the cement under, and the foundation. And I guess I'm talking about the framing too. If you don't get all that right, what happens when you build the house? You got a wonky house. And so that's what happens with your hormones when you're a woman. And it's not just your sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. It's also your metabolic hormones, insulin, thyroid, cortisol, DHEA. So in the challenge, we are, I wanted to share the link. Let me see if it will show up. It should be in the link tree. No, actually, that's not it. So it should be in the link tree at the top of the page, wherever you're watching this. It starts Monday, super short sign up period, because I wanted to get it out to you once I completed the training for you, because so many of you have been knocking on our door like, when are you doing that training again? And I hate to call it a challenge. It's really, it's really an intensive training is what it is. It's like teaching you everything you need to know about why your health is not where you want it to be and how to get it where you want it to be from A to Z. That's what it is. How are you guys? I see, let's see, Gil, PAOCC, Lucas, Moms, Doris, Sue, Victoria, Suzanne, Laurie, and Annie, McLean, another Lori, Denise, Deep Sea, EM Doc. Hey, who's that? Sue Bilas. I never understand how people come up with their Instagram names, but I kind of like it. But I always want to know where it comes from and what it means. So super excited to get started on this training with you. Come join me on Monday, sign up and join us, and you will be in a different place by the end of the week. So many ahas people had last time, and like this aha, it never occurred to me that all these things were related. I didn't even know what I didn't know. I was taking a pill for every ill. So it's really freedom. How many of you are looking for freedom? Right? Who wants health freedom? We talk about financial freedom all the time, but does anyone talk about health freedom? Like, who would like health freedom to live the life that they want? Go do the things. Oh, we're having an emergency alert. Okay, got it. So who would like to have health freedom? We just had an emergency alert on the phone. What is health freedom? Who would like, you can be financially independent, who wants to be health independent, right? Health independent is when you have enough health reserves that you can go wherever you want and do whatever you want to do for as long as you want to do it. That's health freedom. You can go as hard, as long, as whatever challenging as you want. That's what I meant when I said that, I thought I was tired just because I worked a lot. But the truth is, if I'm healthy and optimally healthy and fit, I should be able to sleep and recharge, and I should be able to go hard all day and even into the night. That's how you are, right? If you're that way at 20, there's no reason you shouldn't be that way at 40, 50, 60, 80, 90. The only reason you can't do that is because you haven't dealt with the underlying causes, and it starts with hormone balance. So I will come back on the Instagram and put the video, or you can the link to the challenge to read more about it, or you can get it up in the link tree on whatever channel you're watching. I'm going to come live to be talking to you about it, and also some other cool things. Let's see, what do I have planned to talk with you about? I get so many questions on social media, so this is a great time to really go through and answer your questions. So we'll be talking about, some fun things. I'm going to post a photo about something to do with hormones and get you guys to caption it. That'll be really fun. And I'm going to ask you the last time that you had a good night's sleep, right? When was the last time you woke up and you just said, that was good? I call sleep is the nectar of life. When was the last time you felt like that? We'll talk about when your hormones get crazy, what do you do first? And a few other things. So super excited about that. Let's see who's there. Suzanne, thank you. She said she was cutting back on her HRT because she believed at her senior age I didn't need it. Now I understand that I still need my hormones. Yes, Suzanne. You know, people ask me, how long should I take them? Like, should I just take them for a year and then stop, 5 years, whatever? And my answer is very simple: as long as you want the benefits. It's like if you have thinning bones and you're taking calcium, vitamin D, and vitamin K to help your bones, would you ask, how long do I need to take this? I mean, you might say, oh, how long do I need to take this until your bones get back to normal? Although that's very hard, right? We start losing bone at age 30. And so if you're diagnosed with osteopenia or osteoporosis in your 40s or 50s, you've been losing bone for a long time. It's really hard to reverse. So you're probably going to be on those supplements forever. So as long as you want the benefit is the answer, right? So it's like, well, how long do I need to keep exercising? I joined a gym. Can I quit in a year? Right? You'd all laugh at that. That's funny, right? But why do we ask the same thing about hormones? How long do I have to take these? Right? As long as you want the benefits. How long do you need to go to the gym? As long as you want to maintain your muscle mass and your cardiovascular endurance and your flexibility. That's how long you need to keep going to the gym. Same for your hormones. How long? As long as you want to reap the benefits, right? And I teach you in the challenge about all the things that your doctor's not telling you that are going to happen to you because you don't have hormones that are going to kill you, that no one's talking about. They're just like, oh, we'll just let women walk off into hormonal poverty and die an early and painful death. Nobody's doing anything about it. I am, and a bunch of my colleagues are, and we're out here talking to you guys. So if you're like, yeah, did you guys know that your lifespan is shortened the earlier you go through menopause and have no hormones? Did anyone know that? That's something you should know. Does your doctor tell you that? If not, you for sure need to come join me in the challenge because there's a whole lot more your doctor is not telling you that I need to share with you. So look forward to seeing you. Check the link in the link tree wherever you're watching. Hikers Up says, I'm 62. My hormones come back fine. Yeah, they come back fine for a doctor who doesn't know the right test to do and the right way to read them. You're probably normal for a menopausal woman because by definition, if you're menopausal, in menopause, postmenopausal, whatever you want to call it, you don't have estrogen and progesterone, and most of you don't have testosterone. So the thing is, if you go to a doctor who doesn't speak hormone, and that's all the regular doctors who don't have additional training, because they get this many hours about hormone balancing, and I'll tell you about that in the challenge. So yeah, unfortunately, I hate to be the one to break it to you, Hikers Up, but your hormones come back fine means they don't know the test to do and they don't know how to read them. And this goes for all of you, whatever age you are. This is a reality check. A lot of women are really upset once they learn the truth about their hormones because they're like, oh my God, I trusted my doctor that they knew what they were doing and that they knew to do the right test and knew how to read them. And they told me I was fine. And when you learn the truth, and I don't just tell you, I teach you what tests and why and how to read them. And you see it and you see how not fine you are and you learn what you've signed up for by being in hormonal poverty, which is dying earlier than you would and having increased risk for all kinds of problems, you are not going to be happy. So you need to tag all your girlfriends. This is a public health issue, y'all. You need to tag your girlfriends and you need to all come to the challenge so I can speak some truth to you so you can get a reality check and make some changes in your health that are going to benefit you in the short term and the long term. So I look forward to it. I will see you there. Mwah! Bye. I didn't realize I was still live. Bye.